Greetings! Today I decided I would see how many of the books mentioned on Gilmore Girls that I had actually read. We all know that Rory Gilmore is an avid reader, and apparently there were 339 books mentioned in the entire series. So let's see how many of those I've actually read. I'm a big fan of Gilmore Girls. It's one of my favorite shows. I'll go back to it time and again to watch. So I figured this would be a fun little quiz to do and see how many of the books Rory's read that I've also read. So let's see what we get. How many of the books mentioned on Gilmore Girls have you read? Let's see. 1984. No, but I have that on my shelf. Need to read that. Yes, I've read Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. I started to read Alice in Wonderland. I do need to keep going. It's Alice in Wonderland. It's hard to get through because it's a little nonsensical. But I do love an Alice in Wonderland. So with all its nonsense. Amazing Adventures of Cavalier and Clay. I don't know that one. An American Tragedy. Nope. Angela's Ashes. Anna Karenina. Diary of a Young Girl. Nope. Okay, so far not many of these. Brave New World, I've been meaning to read. Canterbury Tales. Haha! I read the Canterbury Tales because I had to in college. Carrie. Catch-22 is another one that I want to read. Catcher in the Rye. There you go, one of my favorite books. Catcher in the Rye. I haven't actually read Charlotte's Web. Probably should. Children's Hour, Christine. Christmas Carol is another one I really need to read. Clockwork Orange. Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime is one that I definitely need to read. I read the Da Vinci Code. Dead Souls, Demons, Death of a Salesman. Which, again, it's a play. I don't feel like... right? It's a play. It's not a book. But anyway. I don't understand the reading plays because you're supposed to watch them. It's like reading Shakespeare. Like, yeah, it's literature, but it's also a play. It's supposed to be viewed. It's not a work of literature. It's a work of theater. And the Divine Comedy, Dante, technically, because again, college. Yeah, Sisterhood, nope. Don Quixote, Driving Miss Daisy. Oh, I've read some Edgar Allan Poe. Elemental P is a very cool assembly one I want to read, because apparently as the book goes on, it takes out letters that it can use, so it reduces down how many letters is used, and it's a really interesting concept for a book. I don't know what the premise of it is, but like the structure of it is really interesting. I read Emma by Jane Austen. Ethan through the back door. That's a travel book. That's not like a novel or something. Fahrenheit 451 is one I need to read. And I own it. It's on my to-be-read pile. Fellowship of the Ring. Yes. I read Frankenstein. I started reading Franny and Zoe. I have it on my shelf. I didn't get through it yet. Girl Interrupted. That's a really good book. I like Girl Interrupted. Great Gatsby. Well, we know my opinion on that one, but I have read it. Haven't read Great Expectations. Technically, I think I've read Hamlet, but again, I don't understand the reading plays kind of a thing. But I've read the Harry Potter ones. Still having some issues with J.K. Rowling, but I have read the Harry Potter series. Heart of Darkness I've read. I haven't read any of the Henry IV or V by Shakespeare. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I've read that. I haven't haven't read The Hunchback of Notre Dame, but I love the Disney movie. So, Inferno. That's the first comic. That's weird that they had like the full Red Inferno. There's a lot I want to read. No, not much, no. Definitely think I need to read Little Women, but I haven't. I haven't read I'm over it. I'm not doing so good on this. I tried reading Moby Dick, could not get through it because he just goes on about descriptions about boats. And it's a lot. But I technically started it. Northanger Abbey, I've read most of Austen, I think. Othello, technically. I have read The Outsiders. That was a good book. I love Perks of Being a Wallflower. It is one of my favorites. I own Picture of Dorian Gray. It's one I need to read. I think after this we'll go through and go, okay, add add the ones to my to-be-read pile. That'll be fun. Pride and Prejudice I've read. See, I read The Raven. Never actually seen Romeo and Juliet, because I think it's the most overdone Shakespeare play. Well, because in all the in all the sitcoms, that was the play that they did in high school, and it was always like, oh my goodness, the main character is playing Juliet and she's gonna kiss this other like, it was so overdone and so annoying that I don't really like Romeo and Juliet because it was so overdone in 90s sitcoms. Yeah. Scarlet Letter, that's a good book. That I've not read Sense and Sensibility. Again, most of the Austen I've read. Need to read The Shining, because the movie's great, so. Snow White and Rosette. Oh, it's the original Grimm. Yeah, no. Not read that. Sound and the Fury. Yeah, again, high school. That one was a lot, because it's written in stream of consciousness, and from 3 different perspectives. It's a lot to follow, but it was a good story. It was just very interestingly written. Yeah. I've read The Streetcar Named Desire. I freaking hate it. Because again, I have such an issue when the main characters are terrible people and nobody says anything. Basically. Because Stella is just enabling his abuse. And again, people are like, oh, this love story. And one of the things I really... Okay, sorry. Sorry I'm being so negative with this, but The Streetcar Named Desire annoys me because in a bunch of things I've seen in a couple of shows, I feel like people have quoted that line where Stanley's talking to Blanche. It's like, God damn it, I need to find it. Got distracted. But anyway, the thing I hate, like, I think in Frasier, Niles quotes Streetcar Named Desire and says, like, as Stanley said to Blanche, we've had this date with each other from the beginning. It's like, it's not a compelling line, it's not a romantic line, it's a you're a slut and I'm going to you now kind of a line. And I don't like when people quote it. So I don't like Streetcar Named Desire because, again, it's the issue I have of everybody's horrible. But anyway, have not read Stuart Little. Tale of Two Cities. Nope. Tender as the Night. Time Traveler's Wife. That's a really good book. To Kill a Mockingbird. Yep, I actually read that for the SATs. I didn't read it in high school, but my SAT tutor suggested to everybody to read To Kill a Mockingbird because it was the best book to use for the essay. So that's the sole reason I read To Kill a Mockingbird, and I enjoyed it. So I'm glad I did. So let's see. Again, that's on my to-be-read list. And again, this is my thing. Why is this my thing that I dislike classic? I tried reading Wuthering Heights, and again, everybody's horrible, and I don't like alright, so, those are the books I've read out of the 300 plus. It's 34! Yikes. Sorry. I just got the Allegra commercial is great. Sorry, that just took me off guard. Alright, anyway. So now let's go back and add some to my to-be-read list. Because there are ones where I'm like, yep, I need to read that. I need to read that. There we go. Alright, so we're going to go through this list and add to my to-be-read list. TBR. 1984. Brave New World. There's kind of a theme here. Yeah, I'm a little hesitant to read both 1984 and Brave New World because I think it's going to be a little too close to home, but we'll see. Okay, Catch-22. Seems, again, a lot of dystopian, like, I like the concept, but I'm a little scared to read dystopian novels because it might be a little intense, but A Christmas Carol is one I need to actually read. Hopefully not a controversial opinion, but best Christmas Carol is Muppets Christmas Carol. Don't at me. But it is. I don't know how anybody could have a different opinion, but Muppets Christmas Carol is best Christmas Carol. Changed my mind. Count of Monte Cristo. I don't know why that one made me think of Cyrano de Bergerac. I'm like, that's not on this list. And it was such a good story. Curious Dog. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde would be fun to read because I like it as a story. I've actually seen a video recording of a stage production of the musical of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which is very good. But I've never actually read the book. L-M-N-O-P. L-M-N-O-P. It's like L-M-N-O-P when you're saying out the alphabet, and so it's L-M-N-O-P. Yeah. It's cute. I like that. A novel in letters, yeah. Because it slowly reduces which letters they can use. Fahrenheit 450. Again, there's a lot of dystopian books that I'm like, I should read this, but I'm scared. So we'll look up with Finnegan's Wake by James, because that sounds good. Finnegan's Wake, and it's James Joyce, so I think it would be good, but let's look up what the plot is. Finnegan's Wake by James Joyce. A story with no real beginning or end. It's in the middle of a sentence and begins in the middle of the same sentence. That's cool! Okay. Written in a fantastic dream language, forced by polyglot puns and okay, I don't know how to pronounce it. That's really bad. Let's look up how to pronounce this word.
Portmanteau.
Portmanteau, which means words blending the sound and combining the meaning of two others. I never knew, sorry, because the example is motel, which is motor hotel. Never knew that's what motel meant. Never knew. Just thought it was a type of hotel, which it is. I just never realized it was motor hotel. Yep. I learn something new every day. That's a good word, and I like those types. I like portmanteaus. Words. Yeah. A word blending the sound. Yeah, I like portmanteaus. And I never knew that word. Yay, learning. Alright, I am definitely going to have to read Finnegan's Wake because this sounds fascinating. Just as a study of storytelling. Like, I'd never heard of Finnegan's Wake by James Joyce, and this sounds really freaking cool. So that is definitely on my list. That is going to be top priority. I should probably go into my Goodreads and, like, see what I've put in my want to read, add some more to my want to, like, actually get organized. I have another app where I'm tracking my books now, so maybe I'll do it there and do a whole video on that and stuff. But definitely reading Finnegan's Wake. I might go get it from the library. I probably should actually read Hunchback of Notre Dame since I like the movie so much. It's probably going to be significantly different. I know, I think in the original story, Esmeralda does burn at the stake, so it's a bit different than the Disney. Well, kind of like any of the, like, the Little Mermaid in the original Grimm, like, she turns into sea foam at the end, so Disney takes some license with the stories they take from other people. Yeah. I have no desire to read the Iliad. Lady Chantilly's Lover is the only one I want to read. Lady Chatterley's? Yeah, Chatterley. Sorry, I could not pronounce that for some reason just now. It's so funny, there's so many of these books, like, I've heard of that, but I have no idea what it's about. It's just sort of peripheral in pop culture kind of thing. Miss Dollar. Okay, that was one I wanted to look up, because again, peripheral. Post-World War I Londoners. Single Day. That's fascinating. I always love when there's, like, unique, like, not time structures, but, like, you have an entire book that's set in one day. It's just fascinating to me, because most, it's, you know, a longer time than that. It's just, yeah, all these things, like, in my periphery that I've just never bothered to go out and read. Like, I need to be a bit more active reader. Like, I enjoy reading, I kind of just flit here and there. I need to be more focused. Yeah, if I want to be. I almost feel like I've read One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, but I think I've only seen the movie. Peyton Place is one I definitely want to read. Peyton Place. The Picture of Dorian Gray is already on my to-be read list, but I'm putting it in anyway because it's on here. Dorian Gray. I need to read any Oscar Wilde. I am sorely behind and have not read any Oscar Wilde. I really need to. What else did I want to read? Oh, The Shining. Because I love the movie. I think I want to read the book. What is Tender as the Night about? Because I do want to read more Fitzgerald. I like Fitzgerald as much as I say I hate The Great Gatsby. I do like Fitzgerald as an author. So maybe I just need to find a story that's more to my liking. Again, I think it was just that I had this expectation of it being this wonderful love story, and it was just two horrible people being horrible. And, like, it just didn't even make sense, like, why they wanted to be. It was more like a status thing for them being together than, like, they were actually in love. It was just annoying. Anyway, sorry. I won't rant again about it. Tender is the Night. What is it about? Tragic romance? French Riviera, 1920s. Okay. Oh, it's again another... Was that his theme? People's downfalls in the 1920s? Was that Fitzgerald's theme? I want to like you. I know you're a good author. I just need the right story. See, they don't... The Yearling. They don't reference it as a book. They reference the movie. I don't know if that counts. But, yeah, it's just a BuzzFeed quiz, so. But anyway, yeah, so now I've got 16 more books on my to-be-read list. So, accomplished? We'll see. Maybe we'll check back at some point and see if I've read any of these. So, thanks for watching, and hope you had fun. And as always, I hope you all have a wonderful day.